Peace, y'all. I want to talk about angels that are manifested in human bodies. Now, a lot of the times when people think about angels and light beings, archangels, right? And like the Netaru, the Neteru, the Orisha, the Lua, we always think about, some supernatural beings. But the truth of the matter is, sometimes these beings, they incarnate into human flesh in order to have human experiences, or sometimes they come in the form of human or man in order to perform some type of work that they must do in the physical body. And there's many evidence of gods coming down in the form of man. They say this a lot of times in a lot of sacred scriptures, um, ancient scrolls, mythology. You always hear stories about gods coming down in the form of a woman or a man, or some type of god mating with a human being in order to create some type of demigod, right? Well, what if I told you that that's not really a myth or fiction, but that's actually something that's been happening for years, for aeons, for I don't know, let's say forever. You know what I'm saying? As long as there's been gods, they've been incarnating into this human flesh in order to have this human experience. Now, I want to just drop some signs and clues about certain gods and deities that may be human beings. You know, some of you that's watching this may even be incarnated gods that don't even know. That don't even know you're a god. Okay, signs and clues that you are a god or goddess. You know, let's say God for now, Netharu or whatever, incarnated into a physical human body. You vibrate at a higher frequency than those around you. You have somewhat of a regal aura about yourself, this air, this confident, regal air about yourself that people pick up on, that you don't purposely put out. But some people may say, oh, he or she thinks they're all that. Or some people may even feel intimidated by you naturally. Or some people may say, like, you seem so confident, you seem so self assured of yourself. You know, even though you personally may have your own insecurities or maybe a little self conscious naturally, that's a human trait. And you are God having a human experience. So it's natural to feel that way. But others, they won't even know. You just seem so confident and self and reassured of yourself that you don't seem doubtful about anything. Another clue or sign is that you have a very strong connection with the spiritual world or to other gods. Or you may even notice that if you study the mythology or the story or the past of certain deities, that your life tends to revolve around that same story. Or you may find that you may have a lot of similarities to a specific god or deity that is like so much alike to your own life that there's no coincidence. You know what I'm saying? Like someone, let's say for instance, I'm gonna use the goddess. Who am I gonna use? Let's say Oshun or Venus, Aphrodite, Heteru, right? They're very they're that's the goddess of love. The goddess of love, fertility, abundance, sex, um, coming together, wealth, prosperity, things like that, riches, right? So a person who may be in a human being form of this goddess would have very high sex drive, maybe highly sexual, or may have this a very high sexual energy about herself. And men may, like, she just tends to attract a lot of men. Even when she doesn't want to, she's probably attracted a lot of men to her since probably a young age, or she may have like sudden good luck, never having issues with money. Either people give her money or money comes easily to her. The goddess of love, goddess of wealth. She may wear her heart on her sleeve, or she may either fall in love a lot with people, or men may tend to fall in love with her all the time. But that's one of the signs of a person that may be an incarnate of Oshun or Aphrodite or Venus or the goddess of love. You know, somebody who may be, let's say, incarnate of Aries or Mars or Ogun, the god of war. You know, they may work. Let's say they may be like a construction worker, a railroad worker, somebody who works with iron or metal. Um, Might have a temper problem. Somebody who's very masculine. Um, Probably a little hot-headed, I would say, or very resourceful when it comes to using tools or using their hands. That may be a person who has that Ogun energy, that Mars energy. What else? What else? So yeah, being a person that is a god incarnate. Sometimes you might even have bad luck. You know what I'm saying? Because you are a god, there are beings that may want to harm you or send bad juju your way to block your path because they see your light, and you have to stay in the light and try to stay out of the path of darkness. Okay, darkness is the unknown, it's the abyss, but it's also ignorance. Darkness is symbolized by ignorance. You want to go more towards knowledge, the light, enlightenment. The more lighter your spirit becomes, the more open you will be to receiving information. And you also find out that you are a vessel you are the medium between the gods of the unseen world and then the human beings of this physical world. And you've been handpicked and chosen in order to fulfill a divine purpose, a divine mission, and you have to fulfill it. You sealed and signed the contract before you came into this human body. Even though you are a god, you lost your memories because that was part of the agreement, that was part of the contract. But your memories will come back slowly to you, but you have to pay attention to the signs. You have to pay attention to your dreams. You have to pay attention to all of the lessons that you are learning in this lifetime. And you also have to pay attention to the people who are within your circle, the people who you were born, the family that you were born into, because everybody that you interact with has a very strong meaning and purpose in your life. Every single person brings a message. Every single person brings a lesson. And it's your responsibility to decipher what that message is and what the lesson is that you need to learn. And I'm going to give you a clue. I'm going to give you a big tip right here. You will learn the biggest lessons from your enemies. Not your friends, not your lovers, but your enemies. They will teach you the biggest lesson that you need to learn. A lot of people don't notice, and that's why a lot of people tend to stay away from their enemies. But that's why that old saying goes, keep your friends close, but keep your enemies even closer, because your enemies are going to be the ones that's going to teach you stuff. You can learn a lot from your enemies. You just have to change your whole perspective. You have to learn from them and learn, because they are a reflection of you. You have to learn what it is about your enemy that you need to tweak about yourself. How can you perfect yourself? How can you get back to this God state? Because right now, you're still a God, but you're still a human being as well. You're weighed down by this physical reality. Okay? So, yeah, being a God, you come here to help other people. A lot of the times you may tend to attract toxic relationships because you are the healer. You are the being of light. So naturally, you may attract someone who may have darkness, somebody who may be in darkness, because it is your responsibility, or it is your divine right to enlighten them, to heal them, to help them. Me personally, I used to get really tired of that, like attracting people who are broken, people who are hurt, people who need healing, and it seems as though as soon as I heal them, as soon as I help them, it's like once they're all well and bandaged up, they just leave me, or things just don't work out. And that's just how it goes sometimes. Being an empath, being a healer, being a god, being a deity, being an angel, we are naturally empathic. We are givers. We're naturally generous. We want to heal. We want to help. We want to restore a person back to their true health, their true divine self. And because sometimes these people that we heal or help are just humans, they are acting out their natural human desires, or their natural human ways. And sometimes we can't comprehend it. We can't understand it. They leave us heartbroken. They leave us devastated. And we cry and we wonder why. What was it that we did? We were perfect. We did this. We did that. We bent over backwards. But we have to remember that some relationships are not going to last. Some people come into our lives for us to fix them and for them to teach us something about ourselves. When you run into people that have certain issues, a lot of the times you ever notice that it's something similar that you're either going through, or something that you went through already, or it's going to be something that you're about to go through. Remember that. So every time somebody comes into your life that has a particular problem, pay attention to that problem. Pay attention to how that person is handling that problem, and see if what they're doing is working for them or if it's not working for them. Not to say that, everybody's situation is the same, because everybody has a different path. Everybody has a different life, so everybody will have different ways for responding to things, and they will have different outcomes. But it is your responsibility to observe and to learn and to see how would you respond, how would you react to a certain situation. No, not even react, respond. Because a reaction doesn't really require thinking. It's just something that you do on impulse. Anything impulsive is a human trait. You're a god, so you have to start acting like one. You have to start thinking like one. You have to start living like one. You have to start thinking from a whole different perspective. And it doesn't come naturally. It takes practice. It takes time. It takes meditation. It takes study. It's a whole entire practice to get back to that God state. So I don't want to make this video too long. I'm about to just cut it short and just say that the people that are watching this video, know that you are gods. Know that you coming across this video is no coincidence. I am just a medium channeling the knowledge and information to you, and it is truly up to you what you decide with what you want to do with this information. But just know that there are a lot of us who are gods walking in human bodies, and we forgot who we are. We are the sleeping giants that they talk about. We have to wake up. We have to reawaken our power. We have to open our third eye, and we have to help our fellow brothers, our fellow humans, and help them to evolve so that they too can become gods. But just know that you have a responsibility. Just know that because you are a god, or because you are a goddess, when you make mistakes and you know better, there will be serious repercussions. Unlike humans who don't know any better, sometimes they get away with it. You ever notice that? Sometimes, you feel as though you get a harder backlash than anybody else from regular people that do certain things. Yeah, because they're stuck in their ignorance, but you know better. So it's time to evolve. It's time to wake up. It's time to spread the light. Time is ticking. The shift is here. It's not far anymore. It's already here, and things are about to start happening. Things are going to get messy. Things are going to get violent. But just know that the ones who are chosen will be safe. Just know that the ones who do not belong here on this planet will fade. They will perish. And just know that there's nothing to worry about, because everything has already been written. It's written in stone. The information has been put and carved in stone for you. You just forgot how to decipher the information. You need to learn. You need to learn the ancient scriptures. You need to study the scriptures. Study the secret sciences. Remember who you are. Remember where you come from. Remember why you're here. What's your purpose? And it's time to start acting out your divine mission. It's time to start fulfilling your prophecy. It's time to wake up and do what we came here to do. I'll leave you with that. Until next time.